Hey, good morning, guys. Tush coming at you. Saturday, September 12th, just coming up to 8:30 in the morning, and kind of a crappy day outside today. It's sort of rained overnight, and we've got some puddles on the ground. Not very warm today. It's amazing the difference in temperature from last weekend. I think we were sweltering. It was 90 plus, close to 100, I think, with the Humidex Fahrenheit. And today it's supposed to be a high of 15 degrees Celsius. So 15 degrees Celsius is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, we got a sweatshirt on this morning. So we're back on the TR3A, and I think what we'll try to do is tackle those side screens today. So we'll probably work on the passenger side first. I think that was the one that was fitting a little bit better. So we're going to have to reorient those fastener plates on the panels. Like I said, these were installed where they came off the parts car. I could tell by the indentations in the material. So hopefully these panels are going to still look okay once I get those plates moved where they need to be to fit the side screen on this car. So that's what the plan is for today. We're going to get some, I think I've got a white grease pen that I'm going to use to outline the where the new brackets need to be before we drill some pilot holes and re-screw those brackets into the wooden blocks that are inside the doors. So that's about it for now, guys. We'll come back with an update later on. Hopefully I'll be not all right, guys, talk about a morning workout. Getting that top on in, like I said, 60-degree Fahrenheit weather is quite a chore. Anyway, it needs to be stretched out quite a bit. It needs to be a lot warmer. It needs to sit out in the sun for that to be able to fit properly. Again, that's another piece that's been stored in the basement really for almost 5 years. I did have it on the car last year just to check for fit, and it does need to be stretched a bit more, but I have enough of the snaps on to get it up to be able to check the side screen fitment at the top of the top here. So yeah, the top looks pretty good. It's in very good condition, so I'm happy about that. There's a few of the snap locations that are a little bit suspect, but I may be able to move those slightly. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, oddly enough, this top put me out of commission for a little bit of time last year, trying to stretch the top to fit over the snaps. I actually pulled some ligaments in my elbow, so we're going to be careful not to do that again. It's actually still, I can still feel it to this day, and that was at the end of last year when I did that, so be careful. Anyway, we've got the side screen plates off already, so we're going to just stick the side screen on there and see how they fit without the plates, and maybe we'll do some marking before we start trying to install the side screens. We just do a little bit of a walk around with the top on. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but again, I need to pull it down to the back. The bows seem to fit where they're supposed to. Pretty close anyway. There's actually a flap of material, I think that's supposed to keep the rain out, that I've got tucked on the inside of the car right now. It's actually supposed to go on the outside under the snaps, but for the purpose of just fitting the top, I just tucked it on the inside for now. Alright, that's it for now, guys. Alright, guys, there's the side screen just sort of sitting on there. It's no bracketry, but that's approximately where we want it to fit. That's the best I can make it fit anyway, with this flush here and tucked under the front capping. This top actually looks like it can actually move forward a little bit. There's a little bit of a bubble here in the material, so it technically could pull forward and match up to this back line. So I think that's not too bad there, actually. So if I can actually get that mounted to the car in that position, I'd be happy with that. It's just sitting on the, basically just above that one snap or fixture for the tonneau cover. So yeah. Anyway, we'll try to get inside the car and make some markings where the bracketry should go. Alright guys, not sure how well you're going to be able to see this, but this is what I've been doing as far as marking the bracketry. So there's where the two legs of the side screens lay when I put them on. This is where the button, the Zeus fastener, will screw in the center of this. So I'm going to try to put my brackets on to match the centers and the angle, and then I can sort of see where the cross is for the fastener. So we should be able to get that fairly close, I hope. Anyway, that's the way I'm doing it. I think you can also do it by mounting these brackets onto the side screens and then putting them on, but this seems like it may work a little easier for me. So I'm going to go ahead and drill some pilot holes and fix these brackets where they need to be, and then we'll check for fit again. Alright guys, there's my first attempt with the brackets fixed, and I'm not unhappy with it. It could be a little bit better, but there's sort of things I need to consider. One that fits really good across the top of the top. Fits under the flap, which is quite nice. Now, the front bottom could be a little bit tighter, but I think what will happen actually when this top is off, if I ever want to run the side screens without the top on, the top tends to pull the windscreen back. So I think the windscreen will actually come forward a little bit and probably make that gap a little looser at the top. So that might actually be okay where it's at. Anyway, I'm not really, like I said, I'm not unhappy with that fit so far. So I may just leave that for now and go on to the other side and play around with that there. Let's see if I can get this door open. So there it is on the inside. The snap lines up and snaps. So I've just got 2 screws in holding right now. So that seemed to have worked okay. Well, I'll polish these windows up with some plastic polish as best as we can. We do have a few scratches on them, but we hope not to have to use these side screens very often. Anyway, we'll move on to the driver's side. Guys, quick update for you. It's just coming up to 11:30, and we've got the side screens on. And well, I need to install a couple of fasteners on the brackets on the inside, but we've got the windows cleaned up as best we can. They're pretty scratched, but like I said, we hope not to run with these side screens very often. Anyway, I am missing a little trim piece here that actually is an edging piece on this window. If you notice on the passenger side. Got this little chrome piece here, so I'm missing that on the other side. So I have, I think I have 1 spare windscreen downstairs in the basement, so we'll probably go and have a look, see if that little piece is on that, and hopefully we can transfer it to this side screen. So actually it looks pretty good. The passenger side definitely fits better than the driver's side, but I can deal with that. I had to play around with the gap here a little bit at the front here. It's not quite tight. It's not bad. The reason why is I wanted to be able to get this flap over, and it's very tight here at the back. So it's almost like this top stud needs to go up a little bit. It's pretty tight, or actually this top may stretch as well, but if I loosened off this stud, I could actually bring up this little sewn in seam here, which would go over this side screen a little bit better. But anyway, I'm not unhappy with that, so I think they look okay. Like again, I don't really plan on using them that often. So yeah, so like I said, we'll finish up the rest of the fasteners, and then we'll move on to something else. All right, guys. All right, guys. The side screens are now officially fitted. All the fasteners are installed. I did look down in the basement at that other side screen that I have, and unfortunately, it doesn't have this chrome strip here. Now, I do have 2 other side screens that I have on my 59 that are tucked away. Obviously, I'd have to steal one from the 59 even if it had it. But I think we'll hold off and just we'll go without it temporarily. I'll see if I can find another one somewhere. I'll put the call out and see if there is an old set of screens around that I can use for parts. So anyway, we're going to go over to the list, and we are going to scratch off this. Sorry for this shaky camera. Side screen fitment is now off. So I think what we'll do now is maybe work on the exhaust and maybe work on the driving lights slash front bumper and get those back on the car. All right, for anybody that's interested, here's what they look like with the doors open. If you can see that. It's pretty cozy in here with the side screens on. Oh, you want the window open? No problem. There you go. Gonna be fun. Not exactly gonna be watertight. Actually, that has a pretty good seal. But there'll be tons of water coming in under there at the front. Anyway, I'm used to it. Even the TR6 leaks. It's not a triumph if it doesn't leak. Alright guys, just coming up to 3 o'clock, and we've got the car up on jack stands again for the 367th time in the last 5 years. We're going to work on getting the bumper refitted. I've got the bumper out here, I've got the lights over there on the table. So in the process of doing that, we're also going to make some provisions for wiring those lights. So we're going to end up probably drilling a couple of holes in the front valence and putting some grommets so we can run some wires through the grill, or through the front valence. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll test fit that bumper back up. We'll loosen off the bumper brackets and realign them with the front apron. And we'll put the front bumper on and the lights, and then we'll probably remove it again once we get the locations marked out. Alright guys, just after 6 o'clock, and we've got absolutely nothing done. It's one of those days where it's just really cold and damp, and TR6 is getting a free bath. It's about 65 degrees outside, but my back's giving me a little bit of trouble, so I don't really feel like laying underneath the car and trying to fit this exhaust. Doesn't sound like it'd be too much fun. So we're looking for something else to do. And I know that the carburetors are on the list, so maybe we'll pop the hood and we'll have a look at those Webers that are on there and see if we can figure out the linkage. So maybe we'll do that. We'll just tinker around a little bit. If I can't figure out the Webers, then we've got the SU sitting over here ready to go. So yeah, maybe we'll just do that and play around a little bit. Watch the ball game. Got the second game of a doubleheader of Blue Jays versus the Yankees. The Jays won the first game. So we just got the TV on out in the garage with some tunes going. And we'll try to make the best of it. Alright guys, we'll come back later. Must be doing something right, guys. You know, see that rainbow? Very cool, eh? Nice. Pretty clear. Still raining out. How about that? Alright guys, quick update for you. Pretty good night in the garage, actually. I'm quite happy. We managed to get the linkage working for the Webers, so everything seems to be working pretty good. No binding. The pedal position is quite good. I've got to adjust the stop slightly, but other than that, I've got them bolted on loosely. I've just got these shorty filters just sort of hanging on here, but yeah. So here's the pull, and it runs to the rod up to the crank on the throttle rod that goes across the engine bay. So it attaches the two throttles here onto the cross rod, and it's basically, there you go. I do have a little piece of electrical tape on here because I'm missing a little collet here, so I have to get one of those. But other than that, I'm pretty happy that works and it's pretty smooth. So yeah, I thought that would be a little bit more difficult than what it turned out to be. So like I said, I've just got these filters hanging on here. I've taken the stacks, the velocity stacks off. They're going to be a little bit too long, these ones, I think, at the front carb. We're going to have to probably get a shorter pair. I think they look kind of cool, and I know you can get the metal fine gauge stainless steel filters from them. That'd be kind of cool to run those, get those polished up, but I don't know, we've got a decision to make at some point. The filters that came with these carbs are just way too wide. There's no way that they will fit. They'll fit on the rear carb, but they won't fit on the front carb, unfortunately. So anyway, we'll figure out what to do with that at a later date. So now that we've got these fitted, we're going to take them back off. We're going to clean them up. We're going to clean the linkage up and maybe probably paint that a bit. We'll do a little painting here and try to do a little cadmium plating on some of these parts. And we'll probably take them apart and give them a quick cleaning, clean the filters out, check the what jets are in there, what venturis, what chokes, what auxiliary chokes, all that kind of stuff. The emulsion tubes we want to have a look at and record what's in there, just so we know where we're starting at. Now, like I mentioned, these came off of a TR4, so they should be set up fairly closely for this car, but I'd like to know what's in there. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of research. Probably tomorrow we'll take these back off the car, and like I said, we'll go through them, reinstall some new exhaust gaskets in the meantime. So yeah, pretty good night. I'm happy with that. So we'll leave it at that, guys. We'll get out here tomorrow and we'll play around a bit more. Have a good night.